set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of their silver and their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off. See, that's the second charge in God's list of charges here. The choice of ungodly kings. They have set up kings, but not by me. Understand that Jeroboam rebelled against Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. That was his own initiative. That wasn't God's choice, but not by me. So they'd appointed kings and other leaders without consulting the Lord, and Jeroboam himself led a rebellion. And the line of kings which he set up did not include men who turned to the living God. In fact, they went through 9 dynasties. How many dynasties did the southern kingdom go through? Good for you. 1, David's. Had good guys and bad guys. 5 good guys, the rest were losers, but they were all of the same dynasty. And so this alludes to a series of palace revolts that plagued the northern kingdom after Jeroboam II's reign. And we went through that in chapter 7. These kings never attempted in any way to bring the people to the worship of God. Instead, they went into idolatry. That was politically convenient. They didn't want their people going down to the south to the temple to worship, so they encouraged idolatry because that was something they could control. It was in their own interest. Didn't know they were liberals, did you? America also, after 200 years of decline, just like the northern kingdom, we were a representative democracy of, by, and for the people. Really? Then where's the outrage? It's all been taken away from you, whether you realize it or not, you see. Do you hold your elected representatives accountable to reflect your views? They just signed a $1 trillion package that not one congressman or one senator even read before signing. We have a president that campaigned on the fact that he'd never sign a bill without giving the public 5 days to review it and react to it. Yet he slips it through on a holiday when nobody, not even the senators or congressmen, had read it. You have no right to bemoan the loss of that which you have declined to defend. Continuing, verse 5, Thy calf, O Samaria, hath cast thee off, mine anger is kindled against them. How long will it be ere they attain to innocency? Thy calf. This is the third charge called idolatry. Idolatry. Bad leaders lead to bad religion and vice versa. Israel also made idols for themselves in direct violation of the second commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. The calf idols were set up in 2 places, in Dan, way up north, and at Bethel. And they were expressly forbidden in God's law. In Exodus several places, Leviticus several places, and so on and so forth. By the way, that's not just them. We do the same thing. We do the same thing. And your challenge to reflect on during this coming week is, in what ways do we worship idols? I'm very disturbed personally because I spent 30 years in the strategic arena. When other guys were in college, I was passing a review on Warden Field at the Naval Academy to commission the Air Force. I spent 30 years in the strategic arena. I was chairman and CEO of 4 different publicly traded defense contractors. It's in my blood. And I now look back at my life and acknowledge reluctantly that there is a time when patriotism can be idol worship. When I was a Boy Scout, it was God and country. You didn't have to choose between them. That's not true today. That's not true today. I had my 50th homecoming at the Naval Academy. I had tangled with Admiral Haskins over an issue. Because if you sign up today, you are you're committed to supporting the UN as an officer. I says, if that's true, I would not let my kids go to the academies, West Point or Annapolis or the Air Academy. I wouldn't buy into that. He says, I understand how you feel. Didn't argue with me.